Hi everyone, Marion Embossing here for Wow Embossing Powder. I'm going to do a little mixed media background for you using three of our gorgeous colours. One is Oceanic, which is just a plain, well, it's a blend actually. There's a couple of different colours in there. The other one is a glitter one, a glitter embossing called Dress Blues. And then this one is, they're all beautiful, but this one is called Poppin Blue. And this is a blend of different grades, so different sizes and different colours. So let me just take the lids off. If ever you see little, I think I've just covered it up now, there was a little white bit in there. Ignore those, just carry on using your powders as normal. They really aren't anything to worry about. It's something we use to make our powders that little bit more special. Okay, so I'm also going to be using the mixed media embossing brush, and we're going to just be working this in layers. So I'm going to take off quite a bit because I can always add more if I need to. This is a piece of the Wow Superior Smooth white cardstock, and I'm just gonna start putting on some ink, and this you can use to refill your ink pad with as well, really quick and easy. So I'm going to throw on the Oceanic to start with. Doesn't matter that I haven't gone all the way there, I'm not worried about that. I'm going to pop this back in the pot, and the most important thing here is you need to heat between each layer. So let's heat this one. Okay, and the second most important part is we want to make sure that this is cool before we do the next layer, but also we want to make sure that it has all been heated properly. So you can give it a little flick around, and if you see it shiny, then that generally means it's done. Where you saw the bubbles coming up, that's really great because that's where we've used the embossing brush, and it's just a pure liquid ink that's going on there. So the thicker we put it on, the bigger the bubbles will become, so you can play around with that. So let me just have a little feel of this. This is nice and cool now, and I can tell that it's all done, so I haven't got to worry about that. So I'm going to go in with my next layer. So I just pick up the ink and then just randomly just throw it on. The nice thing is you haven't got a clue what this is going to come out like. And then I'm just going to throw on my powders. Now, if you feel it's too messy, say here, just brush those off before you heat set, and that will get rid of those. Give it a little blow, that gets rid of it. Or you can use a little paintbrush. Do you know what? That just looks lovely as it is, actually. And then just going to put that there. Make sure I'm getting rid of all the little bits I don't want. And again, we're going to heat set. That's looking lovely. You've got that lovely shine. You've got that lovely glitter coming through. So again, we need it to be cool. So wave it around, blow it. That cools it down. And then we want to just feel that all this is done. If we've got any loose bits, just give it a little flick. Because that was such a tiny amount. I'm not worried about that. And then let's go in with this one. Now this is quite a heavier one, so I'm just going to go lighter. Or you think you're going lighter, but you might not be. You don't know until you've got it on there. And then this one is the Poppin Blue. So same thing. Get rid of those bits. And again, we're going to heat set. Okay, so with that last layer, I heated it from underneath. Takes a little bit longer because we've got the other 2 layers to go through. But then once I'd got it melted, you can then go on top and finish it off. And then you get all this lovely, the golds and the whites going in there. It looks quite celestial, I should say. It's really, really lovely, really nice. Now, if you feel like, oh no, I've missed a bit, which I have there, I'm quite solid there. So I am gonna go in with just a little bit. So there we go, I'm happy with that. That looks lovely. So now, I just need to get this flat. If it's not going flat, it won't at the start because it's got so much heat on there. And this is why I do it on a panel, because all this comes through. If you'd done it on an actual card front, it would come through on the inside of your card and ruin it. But if you just stick something heavy on this, because any of the moisture, well, the moisture from this, obviously, there's also moisture in cardstock, that with the heat, when it reacts with it, it causes it to curl. So you can put something heavy on there for a while. It won't happen instantly. Just stick a book on it or something, and then, you know, for an hour or so, and then that will settle it down. But you can actually put double-sided tape on the back and then stick it down. I'm going to use double-sided tape and stick it down like that. So I'm just going to move this to the side. And I was thinking, let me just take it back a minute, hang on. So I was thinking, I've got a circle cut out here, and I could have this circle on there as part of my my wording. So I've got these lovely stamps, nice big ones, and then I could just have thanks and then a sentiment under there. Or do I want to just do it on a strip and then have it going across? Or I could do it on a piece of vellum and then stick that on there. So let me just have a look what I've got. Okay, so I've got a piece of nice thick vellum. So I'm trying to think how thick it is actually. I'm not really sure, but you can just sort of see through it. If I put, you could, if you hold it up to it, you can read through it, and as you bring it away, it goes a bit blurry. So yeah, it's a nice quality vellum, and it works lovely with heat embossing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut just a strip. Let's just have a look. I'll cut it too big, which is fine, which is what I want to do at the moment. Okay, so I cut it that big. Now in my Misti, I've got my stick and stamp mat, so I can stick it down on here, and I know it's not going anywhere. But as I've been touching this and it's vellum, I'm just going to put a little bit of talcum powder on there, just so that absorbs any moisture I've put on with my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to use these lovely stamps, and let's go. Let's just do that. Just offset it slightly. We'll just do a lovely thanks. Now I need to take my bit out of the bottom, because these are red rubber ones. Make sure that's about okay. And then I'm gonna ink up my word. You're better off, to be honest, if you put this completely flat and then ink it. I'm just very short on space in here at the moment. And I'm just gonna rub that down to transfer the ink. Let's just take that off a minute. And we can see the thanks on there. And then I think I'll just go with, oh, if I had a gold up here, have I got a gold? I don't think I've got a plain gold with me. Oh, I will use the Oceanic again. But gold would have looked beautiful, or even white. White would look lovely. Do you know what? I am going to try just plain white. So plain white. Let's put my lid back on that. Because I think white against the vellum is beautiful. If you've got a tiny little bit got caught there, let's get rid of that. You can get a tiny paintbrush and just remove any little stray bits. I probably didn't put enough talc on there to absorb that moisture because I was handling it quite a bit. Let's give it a little flick. And let's see what that looks like against that background. I know we're not completely flat yet. We could just have that. We could just wrap it around. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, so my cheat sway, make sure that's cool. I've got my pink frog glue. I'm just going to do a few little glue dots. Just on here. And that's going to be hidden because that's behind the letters. Let's just stick that where we're happy. And then we're going to flip this over and just bring that round. You can use your block. Press it in. Same with this one. Use your block. Just make sure that's all right there. Just need to come up a tiny bit by the looks of it. But that's the nice thing about liquid glue. You're not held to it if it's not perfect. That looks better. Let's see. That looks better. Okay, so then from my Wow Superior Smooth cardstock, I've cut it in half lengthways, and I'm just going to fold it over. Take my block, because I haven't got a bone folder with me, so just score that, and then I'm gonna adhere that to that. Keep that on there till it sticks, but in the meantime I'll just bring it up to show you. And it just shows that you can emboss over the top of embossing, and it's just a nice big bold mixed media card. So thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Bye.